Hello, everyone. Welcome back to CSharpCorner live show. I'm your host, as always, Stephen Simon. And in this episode of Coffee with Pros, we have an amazing guest joining us today from Europe. She has been in the past on our live shows. If you have tuned in for Women in Tech Virtual Conference, she, along with her co-host Annie, were amazing hosts of those 5 hours virtual conference. And today, I'm really delighted to have that host in this live show. So without waiting anymore, let me just invite the guest Isadora joining us all the way from New Zealand. Hey Isidora, welcome to the live show.
Hi, Simon. Thank you so much for having me here. What a beautiful intro video. You got me all emotional, seeing some amazing friends from the community I haven't seen in a while. So thank you so much for that beautiful introduction.
And I think Isidora, I missed it while I said it. Instead of saying Switzerland, and I think I said New Zealand, right? I think that both sounds very similar. So yeah, so guys who have seen the video, it's Switzerland and it's not New Zealand. So
yeah, that's right. It's okay. I mean, it is confusing. I mean, people often also say Sweden or any other country, and then also with me, you actually never know, right? I mean, I lived in 3 different countries, so it could have been that in the meantime I'd moved to New Zealand, but no, I'm still here in the beautiful, peaceful village in Switzerland.
Yeah. Well, I think that's amazing. You joining us from Switzerland. So,
Yes.
you have been on a live show earlier, right? People do know you from the CSharpCorner community, but still, I would like you to go ahead and give a short introduction to the new viewers who are joining us today.
Yeah, absolutely. So, my name is Isidora Katanic. I live in Switzerland, but I'm originally born in former Yugoslavia. I was 4.5 when I moved with my parents and my sister to the Netherlands, and that's where I grew up almost all my life. And then 2 years ago, it was love that got me here to Switzerland. And basically, so what I do during daytime is I'm on the management board at Make It Noble, which is a Swiss IT consulting company. We basically help our customers with everything around Microsoft Azure and Microsoft 365. Then next to that, I'm also the co-founder of District Up, which is our event management company where we organize IT conferences, including Experts Live Europe and Experts Live Switzerland, which I will talk about a little bit more later. And then, of course, everything I do around those jobs is breathing community. So I love to be active in the community, whether if it's attending conferences or being part of the C# community, as well as being here today on the Coffee with Pros. So yeah, I would say, Simon, share away. Ask me anything you would like to know about working from home, community, all the other questions you have lined up. And I'm happy to talk with you today, as well as to our audience.
That's amazing. I think from the very beginning, you talked about the community part. And Isidora, I think something that you are very known is like your community service that you have been doing, not just in the tech community, but also you have been to different parts of the world to help the NGO and all. We will definitely talk about in the later section. But here's something that I would really like to know at the very first place is that how this you got into this community part. I mean, I know you have a full-time job, right? You work, as you said, at Make It Noble, which is a Microsoft partner company, and you guys are doing an amazing job. And so, but how do you actually manage your time contributing to the community? And before that, how even you got it into this all community part?
Yeah, so actually it started in the Netherlands, in Amsterdam, where I used to work for a Dutch ISV, also Microsoft partner. And it was actually very funny. Just I was not even supposed to go to. There was a certain conference, Microsoft conference in the States, and my colleagues were supposed to go there. However, one person couldn't, so the CEO asked me like, "Hey, like we really need you. Could you help us? Could you go to that conference in the States?" And of course, like get connections and network and so on. So I came there, and actually from day one, I mean, I met so many knowledgeable people. For example, a huge inspiration for me at that time, who I met at that conference, was Cameron Fuller, who you might know is a well-known Microsoft MVP. And actually from there on, I connected so well. And yeah, just the whole conference experience was really amazing, also work-wise. And yeah, from there on, I was almost going to any conference out there. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think people, I think Isadora has her Twitter handle as a name. If you just go and follow, you'll find tons of community events that she has been in the past. And now, since we all cannot travel to in-person events, so here we are with the virtual events happening almost every other day. So I think that that's pretty great. So the community part you talked about. So eventually, you were working somewhere and you got an opportunity to move to the States, and that's how you build a relation, right? So I think one of the really core part of being a part of this community is like this really helps you build relation, right? You go and meet different people coming from different ecosystem, some maybe from development background, some maybe from sales, some maybe from marketing, some maybe from leadership. Community events are something where everyone come together irrespective of their background, and they exchange their knowledge, and I think that is something really amazing. So Isidora, but here's something that we have often found is many people work 9 to 5 in the IT field, right? They often ask, what is community, right? How to contribute in the community, how to be a part of it. And one of the question you'll find IT professionals, like guys who are pure dev, is why is it important? So my first very two tough questions will be for you to explain in a very layman's language is what is community and why it is so important.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, thank you for the question. So basically, when you look at community, it is any group of people who are connected with each other by something they have in common. So think of it as like common unity, community. But for me, community comes with a lot more than just that connection. I mean, for me, it's also a very strong feeling. I always felt very close to the community. And why I also think it's very important, and maybe also especially now. So normally I would be traveling to conferences worldwide, and I could like easily connect with the community and meet with people in person and establish business relationships as well as friends, seek opportunities, how you can like help each other, uplift each other. And I think that's something that's very important in the community. And also, I mean, look at our community. We are speaking of IT community, right? Of
Yeah,
a tech
yeah.
community. And to narrow it down, for me, it's mainly in the Microsoft community. And what I just love is how, I mean, for me, it blends in like from my job and basically anything I do with the community. And I just love the opportunities that I have been given by, for example, being invited for the Women in Tech virtual conference, co-hosting the Global Azure feature track, delivering a session during Microsoft Build. And there are just so many opportunities where community comes to play, so like help each other, uplift each other. So yeah, for me, it's not just a word or a common unity. It's also a very important feeling for me day to day. And especially now where we cannot meet in person, we're seeking new ways, we're seeking new opportunities to stay connected. And yeah, just like we are having our virtual coffee right now.
Yeah, exactly. Well said. So when you work 9 to 5 in a job, this community really help you to just relax, go and meet people, have a kind of informal conversations. So I think it takes you and when you interact people from different ecosystem, you really exchange knowledge, and it really relaxes you from just delivering projects to the client. So I think that is something
It really
community can be
does.
paid.
It really does.
Yeah.
But then also not just like outside of the 9 to 5. I mean, I definitely don't have a 9 to 5 mentality.
Hmm.
Not just like in private time, but also in work time. What's also for me very valuable in this community, that if you need somebody, whether if it's for work or maybe if it's at a conference, I mean, organizing IT conferences is also part of my
Hmm.
work. There are people I can rely on, like who can help me, who are there, who can deliver sessions, come to the conference, speak, share their knowledge, and so on.
Exactly, and I think a couple of conferences that you really active is the experts like EU and Switzerland, I think,
Yes.
right? So why don't you go ahead and talk about how you organize it, and how excited you are for the upcoming conference?
Yeah, so basically, so I'm part of the organization for the European edition of Experts Live and for Switzerland. And of course, I'm not doing that alone. I'm doing that together with the team, where with Microsoft Azure MVP and RD Marcel Zenner, we bring the community together, and it's an annual conference fully focused on Microsoft Cloud, data center security, and modern workplace solutions. So for this year, we actually have some challenges, of course, with the current situation. We had to postpone our Swiss conference, and we had to cancel the European edition. So that's a little bit disappointing, but of course, we had no other choice for this year. But I'm very much looking forward to the future and when conferences come back and we can meet everybody again in person.
Yeah, and I think in-person events have just gone because both is happening right now. Even at CSharpCorner, we had annual conference in the month of March, I believe. I think maybe April. We usually have around April. We couldn't do it, so now all the MVPs. So we have a CSharpCorner MVP program. So all the MVPs and speakers who were supposed to come to this conference, we have now started sending goodies to them. And guess what? People have started receiving it and posting it Twitter. And I think one of the amazing program also that different communities have is the MVP program. Is to recognize all the contributions that they have made. It may be Microsoft, it may be C Sharp, or any other community. So there are many ways. Anyone who's watching us today, if you want to be a part of community, there were a couple of things that I feel you should be. Is if I talk about just the tech community and more specifically about the MVP program, kind of you should have an expertise in your field when if you want to become an MVP, and maybe a community reach, so that if there's any new product coming or there's new launch or demos, you must be someone people should be looking for. And I think both in Experts Live that you do over there in Europe and CSharp annual conference that we do here in India, I think MVPs are one of the key persons who join that conference. Am I not right?
Absolutely, no, definitely, yeah. So we work a lot with Microsoft MVPs for multiple reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, they are very active in the community. They write blogs. They have their own websites. They speak at conferences. There's so much that they do for the community, and especially, yeah, just like for you, also for us, they really help us with the conference by sharing their knowledge and supporting us. I mean, running a conference is not just something which is like 2 days or 3 days. It's
Yeah.
basically an all year effort that you have to like keep up. You have to stay motivated. You have to stay dedicated. You have to stay consistent. And in cooperation together with Microsoft MVPs as well as also other community champions, it's for me a fantastic experience all year round to be in that community.
Exactly. So once you talk about the challenges, right? And I think when you say you run these conferences and you've been a part of this community, what are the different challenges, Isidora, that you face? I mean, because you just said, right, it's not a 3 day conference that you're looking at. It's months of preparation that goes behind the scenes, and then you get those 3 days of the conference. So what are the challenges that you see, not just organizing the conference, but just being a part and just leading that conference? Or just the
Yeah.
community?
Yeah. So basically, I mean, you of course there are always challenges in anything what you do, and I mean, I love challenges. They keep you sharp. They also make sure you get creative, right? Like, how do you overcome a challenge? How do you face the challenge? And what are you going to do, or how will others help you, or how are you going to help others to conquer that challenge? And yeah, so basically, when I look at something that's very current, which reflects to me personally, What's challenging for me now in a community is, of course, that we are all kind of stuck at home. We're tied to our home offices, which I will show you later, of course, on the show. But I'm really a people person. I love to be out there. I really love to be at conferences or go to meetings or meet people. And that's a challenge, which currently, it's just impossible. So, and same with the conference, which we couldn't host or can't host a European edition. You just have to seek other ways to still remain active in the community if you want to, of course. And for me personally, I really want to. And what I just love seeing is how many of our community members, what they are doing to stay active or to help each other or to uplift each other. I see a lot of amazing community conferences which are being organized virtually, creative ways, just like you said, of like sending goodies. Another example, which like if you follow me on Twitter, you will see that I have an 8-bit avatar as my profile picture, which is done by Mark Duiker. He is a Dutch Microsoft, I believe, category Azure. Yeah, Microsoft Azure MVP. And basically what he does, make sure you follow him on Twitter. If you donate him a cup of coffee, so speaking of coffee, with IT, a coffee with pros. Make sure you donate him a coffee, then he will actually create you that avatar. But that's also something which, I just love seeing, of people getting creative and sometimes also out of their comfort zone to really give something to the community. And as you can see, I can really talk a lot about it.
Yeah. And then the avatar that you're talking about, by the 8-bit avatar, I think it's gone viral on Twitter, and every other MVP or the European guy who comes from Microsoft background, you will see them. Everyone has that. Even you have that avatar. Maybe after this show, I'm gonna get that avatar too.
Maybe you should. Yeah, indeed. No, but it's funny. I mean, it's something that, for me, it's really like you give some and you get some, and what goes around comes around, and you help each other. And what's for me also a great experience during these times. So as I'm not connecting in person with the community, of course, I'm trying to be active on LinkedIn, on Twitter, have virtual coffees with whether it's my colleagues or my family or indeed the community. And that's how Holly Lehman, based in Redmond, based in Seattle, USA. She works for Microsoft. How she and I mean, we were already connected and we were supposed to meet in Seattle this March for the MVP Summit. I would be in Seattle during that week. However, of course, it got canceled and we couldn't travel to the US. But somehow we stayed connected online through Twitter, and that went on to having, just coffees over Teams to catch up. And then we came up with the idea, there are so many great things happening during this crisis. And of course, I mean, we all check the news, or at least I check the news. And I mean, for me, sometimes it's very depressing, like, especially in the evening, if I like open up my phone and I start reading what's going on, it's really, it's not always positive news. And so what we wanted to do is create a platform where we would shine a light on the positive things happening, and not just right now, I mean, also in the past, but also what's coming in the future. So that's where we started our own show, Head in the Cloud, Heart in the Community. And maybe you can quickly show us a little piece of that, Simon. What have you been doing?
So for the past weeks, I've just like everybody here. I have to admit.
Your geek chick brings all the geeks to the yard. La 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 la. Here we go with the community power. Booyah.
All right.
All right, so I think I just lost the power. I lost, so I didn't talk about the weather, right? So it's really thundering outside the Delhi. I'm joining from Delhi, India. There's a thunderstorm coming. The monsoon is here, so there's a regular power cut. So I thought I would be back by the time this video ends, but that just didn't happen.
You're here.
Okay, all right. So that was a really amazing video. I think Heart in the Cloud that you do, and okay, I'm not sure if you should do that. Okay,
You should, of course. You should
okay,
support
okay.
us.
That's love. Okay, Heart in the Cloud. I think that's also Head in the Cloud too, right? Those are the
Yes, head in
yeah.
the cloud, heart in the community. Yeah, we still struggle to like head in the cloud, community, heart. Okay, head in the cloud, heart in the community. But I think by now I managed to like memorize exactly how we named it. But yeah, so we started that show. We released our first episode already with Samuel Erskine. We have the second episode coming up. It is already recorded, so in the next couple of days we will share it. So make sure you follow Head in the Cloud, Heart in the Community on YouTube, as well as you can just check out my Twitter and once the episode goes live. But basically what we're doing there is shining a light on the amazing community members and all the great things they have been doing or they are going to do. And yeah, that's definitely one of the highlights for me in the past few weeks I've been working on.
That's really amazing. I even think the video that you made, the introduction video, with some hiccups and all, but that was really amazing. And so, and I think the idea behind to bring the positive content or what is happening right this time is very tough. We all are locked in our homes. When I talk about home, and I think the guys who are joining us right now, we're going to have an amazing tour of Isadora's home office, right? You can see the background is so beautiful, right? So we're gonna have it later on. I mean, before that, Isidora, as you said, as a community leader, right? As a community leader, you just don't have to be technical, right? You just don't have to be contributing the technical community. But I believe in the past you have been to different. Oh my, that was so bright. In the past, you have been to different parts of Asia and to other world to work with the NGO, right? So why don't you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. So, like how I said, how important community is to me, I was mainly speaking about our tech community and especially the small but actually huge Microsoft community we have. However, like I said, there's a lot more to that. I mean, there's also community which can be your neighborhood or it can be your city or completely on the other side of the planet. And like I said, for me, it's important that we help each other in communities. So I was thinking, like, how can I use the skills which I have learned? So whether it are tech skills or business skills, lessons I have learned in life, mistakes I have made, and how can I use all that experience and knowledge to help others? And something which I always wanted to do, and I finally found the courage, found the time, saved up money to take 1 month off from work and to go volunteering in Indonesia and Vietnam, which was earlier this year for the whole month of February. And to me, that's really one of the most memorable, challenging, beautiful experiences I had in my life. And especially because I was going there thinking I'm going there to give something, but I was not prepared like how much I was receiving back, like all the love you receive from the people there. They're so thankful to have you there. Even like just very simple at the airport, like when I was leaving and they asked me like why I was there for like 1 month or what I was doing, and then I just quickly told them, I came here to like volunteer and to help like teaching English and computer classes and arts and science. And like the woman at the airport, she was like, "Oh, you're a hero," and yeah. Yeah. Which is not the case, but it was definitely something I look back at with amazing memories, and I just cannot wait to do it again as soon as those kind of travels are permitted again, and I have the opportunity. I would love to do something like that. But maybe you can just quickly show also a video of how my month looked like in Indonesia and Vietnam, and then I'll tell you a little bit more.
Definitely.
I so sad because today is your last day. And I hope you come back to Yayasan again. You are a good teacher.
Wow, what an amazing video! And I think more than amazing, it is so emotional. And
It is. It really gets to me like right away. Yeah.
So you know what? While I was watching that video, I just realized that we people and everyone who is watching this show, remember, we all are very fortunate that we have all these resources. We were educated. We had very good resources with us. We have internet. We have a shelter with us. But there are many more people who cannot even afford 2 times food in a day, right? So a community is not just about a technical community. So even if you get time to go and serve in any way possible, it may be your local, well, you have been, I think you have been to another side of the world, right? You had the opportunity to go over there. But if anyone's watching this live show today, if you get any opportunity, it shouldn't be technical. Just go and contribute, share whatever you have. And I think by doing one, we will make the difference. And this is the time we all really should help each other, because this time is very tough. So that was really amazing, Isidora. Tell me more about it. And those guys saying thank you to you, struggling with the English language and saying bye. And I think they were very connected and emotional with you.
Yeah. So first of all, I fully agree with you. I also really hope this is an inspiration to many others to, just keep giving. Like no matter in what possibility there's, like any little thing you will do can make a huge impact. So I truly hope it inspires others to help out in their community and beyond. So about that journey. So it started off, I left from Switzerland to Indonesia, and there I worked at a nonprofit organization supporting the children who live in the village in poverty to help them get a better future. So it was teaching them English lessons, which of course nowadays it really opens doors of opportunities. I mean, just something very simple for me. I mean, I moved from the Netherlands to Switzerland without actually speaking the Swiss language, but because I can speak English, it still opens doors and opportunities for me. And so, it was very important for me to give that message also to those children, like how English can open a world of opportunities to them. So whether if that's in a job, they will stay in Indonesia, or if they would move elsewhere. That was beautiful. We did many projects with the kids. So it's not, don't think of like sitting in a classroom and now I'm just teaching them English grammar and English words, etc. It's basically spending a lot of time with the children, singing, going outside. We did like beach cleanups. There was a lot of trash, a lot of plastic on the beaches, where we would go out there with garbage bags, fill them up, bring them to a recycling station. And of course, while you're doing those kind of activities, you activate the kids to speak English. And so that was really, truly amazing. And then from there on, I went to Vietnam. And there I volunteered at an orphanage for children with disabilities, which was completely different from the project I did in Indonesia. And yeah, it was again just so rewarding to spend time with those lovely children, and they're just so innocent and they're so kind, and yeah, it's
Yeah, and
yeah.
I think
I
you're emotional now, right?
Yeah, I am, of course,
Yeah.
because I think back, and of course, it was a very,
Mhm.
yeah, just a very beautiful month, and also to open my eyes. Indeed, like you said, like we are privileged, and I mean, I know I am. I mean, I live here. You will see my home office. I mean, it's also not something which I just got like this. Of course,
Mhm.
also I worked hard, and maybe to give you a little background to the story, is actually a topic I never talk about. I think I never spoke about in any show, conference, or etc. But also when I came to the Netherlands with my family when I was 4.5, I mean, in the early 90s, it was a turbulent time in the Balkans, in Yugoslavia. I'm not sure how much, maybe that's like before your time, but
Yeah.
I mean, also for us and my family, it was not easy, right? We arrived in the Netherlands with nothing more but a backpack.
Oh my
And I just managed like to build it with experiences and everything to come where I am today. And yeah, I just hope, truly hope that I have been an inspiration to those kids, that like from nothing you can really like get somewhere, and you just have to work hard and yeah, seek the opportunities to grow.
Well,
Yeah.
definitely, Sadora, you have worked hard, and I think it's been a long journey, right? Everyone has their challenges, and what you just told, we are fortunate, and we feel honored that you have shared a part of your life with us, with the C Sharp Corner community, and even at C Sharp Corner, we support an NGO where we educate the students or the kids who live in the slums. They don't have proper sanitation, they don't have proper education, so we help them every year. The speakers who come at our annual conference, we take it to them at their slums. And so when you just go out and reach those kids, they're, as you said, they're so innocent. The smiles on their face that they have is so pure. It's literally so pure. And even just going and meeting to them, it brings so happiness in their life, and they just remember it. So I think everyone should contribute in any way possible. And let's just I think let's just change the topic now.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
just
So
change.
just one more thing I would like to add to that is maybe actually a question back to you. So I know C Sharp community, you're very active in all kinds of ways, and actually on July 14th you have a conference coming up, right? A
Mhm.
virtual conference
Exactly.
called the Light Up Conference, and you're basically collecting donations for UNICEF. Can you quickly like tell us more about the conference? So now it's a question for you.
Okay, fine. Okay. The first question I've ever received in 30 live shows, right? So we at C Sharp Corner do conferences in every month, and this month we are doing a lighter virtual conference, which is entirely based on Microsoft technologies, and speakers are MVPs. Some speakers work at Microsoft. They are at the leadership level, and speakers from the entire ecosystem of the development. They're coming and having their sessions. It's a 24 hours of virtual conference with 7 tracks, 5 being English, 2 being Spanish, and it's going to run in 7 tracks, 24 hours in 10 different global time zones. And the main idea behind is for this conference is to raise the funds for the kids who have been affected by this COVID-19. You can go ahead and just donate it. Even $1 would count, and up to its sky's the limit. I think, as I said, we all have been fortunate enough. So if anyway, you can go ahead and contribute for the Light Up conference. You can just Google 2020.net/light up, and there are more than 100 speakers joining us, and I think it's going to be a really great one. It's meant for a cause, so even if you're not able to attend like 5 to 6 hours, and if it's only for one session, go ahead and do contribute. I think, as I said in the past, we all are very, very fortunate, even to those who are watching this live show. So let's make it try to make a difference.
All
All
right.
right. So having said that, I think let us move to the second part of the live show, which is really exciting, right? I see the C Sharp Corner community written at the back. So Isidora, right? So why don't you go ahead and start your home tour, and then eventually I'm going to ask you some of the goodies and the home studio setup that you have at your amazing home studio.
Yeah, yeah. So, did you first want to discuss about the disadvantages and advantages, or do
Oh
you want me
yeah,
to jump
I
in?
think I think I did miss that, right? I think I did miss that. So one of the very important thing is like when we work at home, right? Our lives have changed. Working from home is a new normal, but of course there are many advantages, but it really comes with disadvantages. So what are your thoughts, Isadora, about working from home?
Yeah. So, I have been working from home even before like this current time. So it's something that for the past 2-3 years I already got used to by working at home. However, I was not used to constantly working at home. So to start with the disadvantages, well, like I said previously, like I love to be surrounded by people. I give and get energy from people. So not being able to go to the office and meet my colleagues or go to a conference, meet the community, that's definitely a disadvantage for me being at home. Also, it can get lonely sometimes. I mean, you're less connected with others, but thanks to, like, for example, Microsoft Teams or other collaboration tools, luckily we do stay connected. Another disadvantage is also well, I don't want to call it a disadvantage, but I mean, I'm
Yeah,
sharing my
I
home office, which is fun, of course, with my boyfriend Thomas, Thomas Mauder, and but it can also be a disadvantage sometimes, especially since we are both like doing like these live streams, and it happens that it like overlaps, that it's at the same time. I mean, how do you
yeah.
handle with that? Which I will show you also a little bit later during the tour. But those to me are just like minor disadvantages, and in general I see a huge advantage of working from home. So I'm definitely supporter of working from home, maybe not constantly as we are doing now, but in general. So what I love about working from home is having the flexible schedule. So whether if I'm dealing with the US or dealing with Europe, you can easily shift your hours. If it's like in the morning or if it's in the evening, you're a lot more flexible. I also have a lot more focus hours, so you can really just like zone out and you're not distracted by colleagues or other office distractions, if I can call them that way. What I also really enjoy about working from home is no commute, so no
Yeah,
travel. I mean,
I would definitely agree on that.
yeah, definitely the commute. I mean, it's for me, it takes approximately an hour and a half from door to door, so that's like 3 hours per day for me to travel to our office. I mean, luckily I go by train, so I bring my laptop and I can work on the way. But still, it is a commute, 3 hours in your day, which now you get back to do other things at home. And let me see what else. Comfy clothes. I'm a huge fan of pajamas and comfy pants, and I'll show you bunny shoes.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's
So
on your Twitter too. Yeah, I've seen that.
yeah, indeed. Yeah, you might. I have bunny shoes. I have unicorns, Star Wars. I have all kinds of. Yeah, so that's definitely also something which I see as an advantage. And then lastly, your own setup, which I will show you in a little bit. Of course, in the office, it's a little bit different. It's not the way it is here now at home. So maybe instead of me just talking about it, shall we just get to it and see if the mobile camera works?
Yeah, it definitely works. And I think I'll tell you, I had to travel like 60 kilometers, 60 miles, 62 miles specifically to reach C Sharp Corner office, like 62 miles there, 62 miles back. I have to change like 4 subways.
Oh, wow.
Then there's a bike that I have. Then there's a lot of happening that once
A
I
bike?
traveling. Yeah,
What
that
kind of bike?
I have. It's a bike that I got it from high school. I've not
Yeah.
changed it yet, but yeah, I think I would definitely agree. It really saves your time, and that time we can actually utilize it and comfort. I mean, we remember we did 5 hours virtual conference, that couldn't have been possible if you did it from office hours, right? So I think we are at home, although you did from the beach side. That's a different
Yeah.
story.
Yeah, and just to go back to that point, so when you said like, how do you make time for community? I think now that's a perfect time you can use. So those 2 hours or 3 hours or 1 hour, 20 minutes, depending how far your commute is, use that for community activities. So when you ask where to find the time,
Yeah.
there it is.
Great. So it's high time we should go and have a home office tour, an amazing one. Okay.
Well.
Well, everyone's who are watching, just hold your seat tight. Something really exciting coming. All right. So tell me, when do you want me to switch to your other camera?
Yeah, you can switch. It's good for me.
Maybe it's 26 degrees Celsius, I see.
Take
Perfect.
this one off. All right. You can see the camera, right?
Yeah, I can definitely see the camera.
All right. So basically, this is where I'm sitting right now.
Mm-hmm.
Water, very important.
And that mouse too, right?
Yeah, that mouse too, indeed. Well, as you can see, so I work from my Surface Laptop 3. I have 2 additional screens, which I don't have in the office. Well, I do have 1 additional screen, but like this, of course, it's
super cool.
Then when you look at the background,
Yeah.
what you have been seeing. So what I really love is actually to create a background which shows a little bit also the person who I am. So this looks very clean.
Yes,
I'm not
indeed.
that clean, but no, but as you can see, it has a lot of goodies which I collected throughout the years at different conferences. Like for example, if we look at this one, this is a sticker from Techilas, Sarah Lean. She actually shipped it to me because we could not meet at the conference now, so she sent it to me by mail. That's very nice. This Toblerone, which is a personalized Swiss chocolate Toblerone for our conferences, Experts Live.
I love this chocolate.
Yeah, the chocolate is very good. I mean, it's still in there, so I managed to not eat it.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Let me see what else. Then I really love this one, which is like Dream Big, Start Small. I got it from my best friend, Carly. So in the ISV I used to work for in the Netherlands, we worked there together, and we would basically all the time bring like small gifts to each other. So that's maybe an advantage of working in the office, that you get a little bit spoiled by by your colleagues. What else do we have? Then what I also like to do is like use stickers, of course, on gadgets, but also on those little plants. You can see from the Azure Heroes, those are the
and
cute
you're a community
stickers.
leader too, right? You're a community leader award.
Yeah, so I got this one, the inclusive leader, and basically, well, it resonates for the community activities I've been doing, where of course I always try to create a very inclusive environment. Everybody and anybody is welcome. And yeah, so I'm very happy to have received the badge for inclusive leader. Then actually this one, so I was thinking I do have a bag of goodies, which I'll quickly show here. So maybe later on I can show you like the stickers and the small goodies that I would like to give away, anybody who's watching. But to win the bag of goodies, you will have to guess what's in this little box.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so you can
This is so interesting.
Yeah, so you can either put the answer on Twitter and make sure you tag me at Isidora Katanic, or you can post it anywhere in the comments. But if you guess what's in this little box, then I will ship you a package of goodies with stickers and some other swag. What else? Yeah, so
what kind of mic do you use?
Yeah, so now currently I have this one, the Rode, but I used to, it's also here, have the Yeti, which is also fantastic. And let me show you how sharing an office looks like. So this is Thomas's part. He's currently not here.
Now he's watching us from YouTube. I could
Maybe
see
he
his
is. I don't
comments.
know. I'm not sure. But yeah, so that's his part of the office. And let me
Well, I
see
see a
what
lot
else.
of badges over there. I mean, I think you have
Yeah,
been to many conferences.
well, those are from Thomas, like his speaking engagements. I see he mainly put Microsoft Ignite, the tour badges here. Uh,
Hmm.
one from Experts Live. I actually also collect all my conference badges from the past years. And
Me
let's
too.
see what else. Yeah. So
I
speaking
like,
of
I like,
chocolate,
oh, yeah,
he also has one. Chocolate is in there.
yeah.
Yeah, okay, this one is empty.
Okay. So how did
So
you get two of them, you and you only one?
well, he spoke at two conferences, so
Like
he
lucky he.
got one each. Yeah, and then my part of the setup, what I love, of course, is that I have daylight, but currently
Hmm.
I'm using the Elgato gaming lights, which
Yeah,
are fantastic for live streams. And what's also very handy is because we both do live streams,
yeah.
we can easily like turn them around so they can be used on my side of the office as well as for Thomas when he needs them.
Definitely sharing is caring. And I
Yeah,
think, okay, I think one thing that I really like about your office is that you have used many the green, right? Those pots and all of their artificial, if I'm not wrong,
yeah,
right?
they are because
But still, they add
yeah,
the value.
yeah, which is great you asked because of course it has a reason because normally we travel so much. Wait, I will show you a different part. We
Where is
travel so
Tom?
much.
Where is Tom? Is live on YouTube. Is Tom at home?
No, he's not at home. No, no. So
Okay,
I'll show. This is actually Tom's Tom's plant. This is
my
the reason
goodness.
why we cannot have real plants
Well,
because this
yeah,
is what they will look
definitely.
like.
It's very green. That's why. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, indeed, with the amount of travels. But then, actually, what I would also like to show you because we're not so good in keeping plants alive. Um, I'll show you my smart garden, which I'm very proud of.
What is that?
Yeah, so these are real plants. They just
Hmm.
have like sort of artificial sunlight. It's called Click and Grow Smart Garden, I think 9. Yeah, because it has 9 pots. So basically, what you do, you just plant a little seed, you
Hmm.
plug it in electricity, you add some water, and you sit back and relax. So we're growing, yeah, you can see like little peppers. The tomatoes are starting to come out here, basil, fresh mint.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I'm very proud that artificially we're managing to
Yeah. This is
keep those
pretty
plants alive.
interesting. I think everything is getting smart, and I think this is pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah. And then, yeah, maybe I'll quickly show you outside, like the real green.
Yeah, the Switzerland. You can make people jealous, definitely.
Well, maybe not jealous, but just see
Yeah.
the green environment. So if we don't manage to keep the plants alive indoors, luckily there's a big green environment out there.
Okay, I think that's pretty cool. Someday we should be like walk around the Switzerland. We should name that show, and you can take us around the city.
Yeah. All right. Shall we switch back to the front camera, or is there anything else
Definitely.
you would like to?
Let me go around. What else do I see? Everything looks cool. Everything looks cool. What's inside that box? That big box.
The
Oh,
one up
and
there.
no, the one at the down second shelf.
This one.
Uh, no, no, definitely. I'll ask Tom to help me. The one that is on at the other corner. Yeah, this
So
one.
this one.
Okay.
So basically, it's yeah, power plugs. What else? Oh yeah, Humans of IT community brochure. Yeah. So it's nothing really
If not
interesting.
hearts, then what else at your place, right?
Yeah. All right. So shall
That's
we switch back?
amazing studio. Like, yeah, I'll definitely switch back. You can sit back on your place,
All right.
right? And I'll just switch it back. All right. What an amazing tour it was. I'm surely going to ask Tom to help me what's inside the yellow box. I think he's gonna.
Nope.
Tom, if you're just hearing, just DM me what's inside the yellow box. All right. So, how long it took you to build that entire setup?
Long, actually. So it started off. Here, let me just switch this one off. You can hear me well, right?
Perfect. Yeah, I can hear
Okay,
you.
awesome. Yeah, so I actually started off with just a laptop and a mouse, and a desk and a chair. But it's not something that like from day one we like had our office built like this. It's an ongoing process, and yeah, it took us for sure 2 years to get to this point where we are now. And what's very important for me is what I love is like the little personal touches. So especially with all the time we are spending at home, I think it's very important that you create an environment where you like to be. So whether if you have a spare room or if it's like at the kitchen table or if it's in the living room, make yourself a little corner where yeah, what really feels like comfortable, because you have to spend a lot of time there. You have to get a lot of inspiration sitting there, motivation to get your work done. So definitely one of the tips, besides the technical gadgets, to call it that way, also make it yeah, make it feel like comfortable, nice, and a happy place where you are. Now I don't hear you.
So I just muted that. Oh, I'm really sorry. I muted myself.
Yeah, now I do hear you.
So
I was like, there's something wrong with
okay.
my
So
headphones, but
mine. So mine is still under development. I think it is still going to take time, but definitely the picture that you had on Twitter the other night, I am using that as my wallpaper on my four
oh
screens that I
really?
have next to me. Yeah, I mean, like there are three screens over here and all with the same C sharp corner, C sharp corner, C sharp corner. So that's pretty amazing. So I use it like I have one system for the development, one with my laptop, and the other three displays for the editing and all that I do. So as you said, one should start very small. Even in your back there's a quotation that says start small, right, and then
Exactly.
eventually grow.
Yeah. Dream
I've
big,
seen
start
many
small.
people. Yeah, I've seen many people investing a lot at the very first place, right? Do you have, is there any tips on using your existing resources at home? I mean, I mean, you can maybe guide that on much better on not how to spend too much. I mean, looking at your setup, everyone would go now and start buying things, especially that rack that you have, right? What are some of your tips to use your existing setup and not spend too much?
So let me think about that. Yeah, so basically it also depends on your needs. Like if you're continuously doing virtual events, like for example, like Thomas and I, we are both very active in doing those online events. Then at one point you just realize, okay, you need a better setup, like you need better lights, or you
Yeah.
need a better camera or a microphone. However, if it's like something you're doing maybe just one time or occasionally, or you're just starting, um, you could use, of course, also your laptop. I mean, your laptop camera and your laptop microphone, if you don't have the budget to really expand
Yeah.
in getting like all external equipment.
Yeah, so yeah, definitely. I think even when I started, I was using my standard webcam from the laptop, and this laptop is from my engineering college days. So definitely start small, right? Eventually you will grow. Now I have a mic with me, definitely not the one that you have, but I do have a condenser mic and a 3 to 4. So start small, use the resources that you have, and depending upon your need, you can eventually grow. Need not just invest everything at the very first place, because you're not sure how it will turn up once you just buy it. And
Exactly.
I think that things are falling in place now. People are coming back to their normal lives, but I think people should be safe as much as possible. Keep the social distancing, and I think mask at your place is mandatory now. You're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, what I would say the main message is indeed like it's not something that's overnight it's there, right? It's something you just need to keep optimizing, renewing, reusing, find creative ways, and yeah.
Well, that's great, Isadora. I think
Oh,
we
the
are
goodies.
at almost 60. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you need to show your goodies, right? We still have
Yes. So
a good time.
basically, the person who guesses what's in this little box, which actually I also got from Carly, my best friend, she gave it to me in the office. So if you know what's in here, then
Oh
I
my,
will
is that a pen drive?
then I will ship this goodie bag. So basically, what it
My
is,
goodness.
it's well, this bag I received at Microsoft Ignite the Tour, which I believe in Amsterdam or London. But yeah, I just collected some of my spare goodies because since we cannot meet in person or go to conferences, hopefully this will somehow still make it fun. So I have Microsoft Azure socks.
Okay,
Um, what else is in there? A smart wallet.
that's great.
Yeah. A mouse pad.
I need that. I need that. I have one with from the scatters, and now it's
Yeah.
out of stock.
Stickers.
Born to be hybrid.
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
is
so it's
this? That's a pack of stickers.
yeah, it's also stickers. Yeah, indeed. I
Okay,
believe
that's
Thomas created those. So if you're watching Thomas, I just took a pack of your
yeah.
stickers to give away.
Thomas is watching and he's saying like, I'll try to find it out. I mean,
And we also have our own robot. So this is actually Thomas's robot called Tommy the Cloud Robot. And
that's cool.
I also have my own version, Dory the Cloud Robot. So there's also a pack of
That's
those
cool.
stickers from the Azure Heroes program, the learner sticker. Yeah, so basically it's full of stickers and small gadgets and goodies. So once
And you
again,
get that back too,
in
right?
here, exactly, it comes
Yeah.
with the bag. So I will ship it to anybody proposed who can guess this right.
All right. So anyone just guess it and tag Isadora on Twitter, right? I think guys have started guessing. Someone says it's a cube inside the cube. Someone is saying it's a timer watch. Oh, Tom, you are my savior. Just help
No,
me
no,
out.
no, 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 absolutely not. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so all right. So then we had an amazing session, a live show. ECB talked about what is community, how one can get involved, what are different ways one can contribute. You shared your own personal stories on how you started, how you went to States and then started building relation and found out the importance of community. You've been to different parts of the world to contribute. Your home studio is amazing. Definitely, you have worked hard to reach here, as you did share a part of your life. So definitely, you are an inspiration to many people watching now the live show and also later on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch. And we are honored to have you on the live show. And hope you keep coming back again and again. Right? And I'm really thankful for your time and for all the efforts that you have done. I think you really helped us to reach a good number of people for this show. I'm helping us to reach a good number of audience and their home too. So really thankful for all your time. And I, Stephen Simon, on behalf of entire CSharpCorner community and its millions of users, would like to thank you for your valuable time and your contributions towards the community. And we would love to have you back as soon as possible.
Thank you so much, Simon, and also for inviting me again after we did the Women in Tech virtual conference together. Which again, I just want to highlight that it's amazing how C# community and you and Mahesh and Magnus and everybody involved gave that platform to us to host a fantastic Women in Tech conference a few weeks back. So, and thank you very much for having me here today. We already agreed the next time we see each other is going to be in India, right? I would love
Oh,
to
yeah.
come, would love to come there. And as I showed you yesterday, the making of my Indian curry. Um,
Definitely.
I'm sure you can help me optimize that to make like a real fantastic Indian curry when we see each other.
Yeah, again, I think I'll have to work on that part. Not good at kitchen. But
We take
definitely,
a cooking class or something. Yeah.
yeah, definitely. We would love to have you here in India next year for the conference. And it's a 3 day conference that we do with over like 4 or 5 different tracks. It runs from morning 8 till night. And then we also have an MVP event with the same time for CSharpCorner MVPs. So definitely, I think you're going to enjoy, and we'll go to different NGOs too here in India that we support.
Wonderful. Thank you so
All
much,
right.
Simon.
All right. Bye. And bye, Isidora. Have a good day
Yeah.
and take care. Bye bye.
And thanks everyone for watching.